Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I am so excited because I am back in Malta and I'm at this beautiful spot right by the sea. It is a beautiful day, but it's unfortunately quite windy today. And I don't know if this voice is going to carry over, to be honest. I don't know if this microphone's doing a good job. I hope it is. But anyway, I think I'm gonna have to take this indoors. It's unfortunate because I really wanted to make this video outdoors on such a beautiful day, but I can't. But I'm gonna let you enjoy just for a moment the view.
Malta is one of those places that you either hate or love. And after experiencing the island life for over 10 years, I can say that it certainly isn't for everyone. My life in Malta has gone through so many stages, from the fun and happy phase to my now quiet and peace-seeking phase. And through it all, I have come to appreciate that real happiness isn't about where you live or the opportunities that you seize. The key to enjoying your life is to see the beauty in the simplest of things. So I have tried to make this video 3 times already and it's just not working out. I wanted to make this video outside. It was supposed to be like a sort of vloggy kind of video, kind of vibe. But unfortunately, I was working against the weather. It's super windy outside. And if I want to get this video done, then I have to do it indoors. So here goes. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about happiness. I want you to be really honest. What things come to your mind when you think about happiness? What will make you feel happy? I give you a second to think about it. Okay, I bet that you thought about something related to money. I bet you thought about something related to time, perhaps travel and work in some sense. Now, there's nothing wrong about thinking about those things, like having a career, having your own business, being able to afford the things that you want in life, perhaps being able to travel to different exotic places around the world, having a family, maybe a home of your own that you can decorate in the ways that you want, a child of your own, perhaps, or maybe you don't want children, you just want to be single and to be left alone, perhaps in the forest somewhere where nobody can reach you and the internet especially cannot interfere in your life. But whatever it is, we all as humans, fundamentally, we all are seeking happiness. Now, it is a good idea. Actually, I think and I support strongly that you should have big goals. I, for one, I go for goals like that. I go for lofty goals. I always set myself challenging goals that are always going to challenge me and help me to grow. However, what I have noticed is that while we are on this journey to getting our goals, it is a journey and a journey takes us to the future. So it's always a future goal. So while we are on our way to the destination, we often fail to enjoy the journey. And that's what I want to talk about today. So this video is a way for me to enjoy the journey. My main goal with this channel is to be able to reach as many people as possible, especially people who are approaching midlife or are in their midlife stages already. So people in their 30s to their 40s, 50s. I want to be able to reach out to these people and to show people that it is okay to have a normal life. It is okay to be average. It is okay to be boring. It's okay to be different. And that is my goal. And before I can get there, I mean, in terms of this particular goal, the only way I know that I can achieve that goal for sure, it would be by numbers, right? So how many subscribers I have, how many people are reacting to my videos, how many people are able to see my videos. But I have realized that I have kind of fallen on the wayside. I've kind of forgotten how to enjoy the journey. So today, that's what I want to share with you. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to be preparing a drink. This is something new that I want to try. I want to enjoy this journey of just making videos and not thinking about being perfect or anything. So I'm going to try making a drink. It's going to be a coffee drink. So usually when I come back from work, as I have just done, I like to make a little pick me up, and I'm going to be having coffee but cold because it's summertime. I'm going to be sharing with you the simple pleasures that I indulge in to make my life here in Malta that much more peaceful and enjoyable, and just to really realign myself with the present rather than focusing on the future all the time, because I don't really know how much time I have left on this earth. I read recently that the average person lives 4,000 weeks, and this is based on an average of 77 years. So if you live for 77 years, you're going to be spending around 4,000 weeks on earth. I have spent 2,132 weeks. I have a calculator over here. I calculated it yesterday. I'm just going to show you again. So if I'm 41 now, that's 41. And there are 52 to 53 weeks in a year. So I'm going to do 53. Okay, that gives me 2,173 weeks. So I have spent a little over what I should averagely spend if I have a normal life and I live to be 77. So what am I going to do with the rest of my 2,000-ish weeks? I don't want to spend it thinking about the end of that 2,000 weeks. I want to spend it actually living those 2,000 weeks. I want to spend it being conscious, being present, and finding peace in all of this chaos, because it is a chaotic world out there. And the only way that you can find peace in that is to remove yourself from that chaos. Okay, so we're going to start with this one, making myself a refreshing drink and getting my fluids in. You know, as we grow older, we need more liquids. I mean, you need liquids at any stage in life, but the more you grow older, the more liquids you need. You need to oil those joints and those muscles that ache all the time, and you need to flush out the toxins from your system. So, of course, the best thing to have would be water, but coffee is not bad. It's a good second. Okay, so I'm going to be making my coffee using this machine. Do you know what it is? If you know, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, if you don't, here's the answer. This is called a mocha. And the mocha is a traditional Italian coffee machine, you know, for the espresso. This is an Italian household, by the way, Italian-Nigerian household. So I'm going to be using my mocha. So first in goes some water. There is like a limit I have to get to. Okay. That filter goes in, and I'm gonna add my coffee. So this is a coffee that actually came from Indonesia, and it is the famous Coop coffee, if you've never heard of it. I know, don't judge me, please. I did go to the farm where it is made just to see how the conditions were, and I was kind of satisfied, but I just really wanted to try it.
This is your special coffee.
Ooh, it's ready.
Yeah, and then this is for you, madam.
Thank you.
You're welcome, but be careful because still hot, yes?
Yes. Ooh. Wow. So I have to fill that up. Normally I would have to fill it up to the brim, almost like create like a dome shape over here, but that would be really, really strong. So since it's just me having this, I just decided to just put a couple of teaspoons in there, and that's that. So now I'm just gonna put in the top, and I'm gonna put this on the stove. It's gonna percolate into the top chamber over here. Right, so my coffee is ready, and while I wait for it to cool down, because I'm making iced coffee, I'm just gonna open it and let it cool, put it off to the side. So the next thing on my list is taking walks. I love all kinds of walks. It doesn't matter whether it be nature walks or park walks, whatever it might be. I actually walk to work every day. It helps keep my blood pumping. It helps keep my head clear. I don't have to think about the traffic, because the traffic in Malta, trust me, it is crazy. Where is my bag? It's fun. So, I am in one of my favorite places to be here in Malta, and this is called Malta Bay. I love coming here on a very good afternoon just to sit and watch the boats floating in the sea. I've got a bowl, a scoop of pistachio ice cream here, and I'm just gonna find a really good bench to sit and enjoy my ice cream. Let's see. Just want somewhere really quiet. Whew. Before it's all melted out, let's have a sit here. It's super sunny. Malta is one of the most beautiful places in the Mediterranean. It is a tiny island, and for many people, they get tired of it very easily because you don't have that much variety in terms of the landscape. It doesn't have a lot of greenery. However, to me, the kind of person I am, I always see the positive sides of things rather than the negative. I don't focus on the negative. So there are no greens. Okay, fine. There are no greens. I wish there were more green spaces. I wish there were more green areas. I support every Maltese person or even foreigner who is pushing for green spaces, greener spaces in Malta, which we are missing. But what I do instead of complaining bitterly is I actually seek out green areas. And when I find them, no matter how small they are, I just like I'm in heaven because it is there. You make do with what you have, right? You can't focus on what you don't have to the detriment of what actually is there. Having said that, though, Malta has the most blue sea that I have ever seen. Like most areas, at least 90% of the island, I would say 95% of the island spots blue seas. So you have the clearest seas, you have a blue sky in front of you if it's a sunny day, and you can just go there and just gaze at the wonderful work of nature. And I love that. I love nature works. I love going and seeing how blue the sky is or how blue the water is. And it also helps clear my mind a lot from all of the noise that we encounter every day. So all the stress that I may have gone through, whatever that may be, all of the crazy people who have been nasty to me throughout the day, when I am in nature, when I see the scenery, the Maltese scenery especially, all of that just goes away. All of that just fades away. It's like a weight off of my shoulder, which brings me to the next point is the architecture. So when you put the architecture of Malta next to the scenery, the nature scenery, what you get is an explosion of colors. You know, there is this really nice contrast between the, I would call it yellow, not yellowish, like tan, beige color of the old part of the towns, and I love how that contrasts against the blue. It's just so clear, so you can see everything in stark detail because everything just works well together, everything contrasts each other. And I especially love the medieval look of the old towns, of the old city. So when you go into places like Valletta, which is the capital of Malta, I made a video about Valletta just in case you would like to see it. And you know, you walk through all of that, all of those alleyways, those winding streets, cobblestones, and I just love to look at the balconies. I love to look at how big the blocks were that they used in construction, and I just enjoy gazing at that. The next thing is gazing at my African artwork. I got some of these paintings I'm going to show you now, just a moment. So this right here is an oil painting that came with me all the way from Nigeria. And it is of three women dressed in traditional Western Nigerian attire from the Yoruba tribe. And you can tell that because of the headgears, especially, and the style of the tops. So these would be women going for a special occasion, a special event like a wedding or a birth ceremony or something like that. And you can tell that especially because of the headgear, the head ties, and the coral beads, and the fact that they are wearing coordinated outfits. And it just helps me stay rooted to my origins. It keeps me grounded, you know. When I look at that, I always just think about my culture and think about my country. On the other side over here, I've got this really nice painting. I believe it must be oil as well, of a very African but Northern African lady. You can tell by the shape of her head and also by how long her neck is. And when I saw this, I bought this here in Malta. When I saw this, I was really captured by the color, the brightness, and the neck, of course, because it reminds me of my neck. I kind of have a long neck. So yeah, these are my amazing artwork, and they bring me so much joy and so much pleasure, and they add that extra dimension to my life here in Malta, that extra feeling of not getting too lost in the culture here and just being true to myself and being true to my own culture, if you get what I mean. The next thing is reading. So I'm trying to catch up on lost time. I lost a lot of years not reading, and I'm doing that again now. At the moment, I'm reading this book by Stephen King. It's something I've read before in the past, but I sometimes like to reread things again. Okay, so my coffee is ready and I'm about to make the iced tea. So I'm going to teach you a trick if you make iced tea at home, just in case. If you're going to use some sugar, it's a good idea to add the sugar first and then the coffee on top, because the coffee will still be warm and that can melt that can melt the sugar itself. I've already got some ice over here in the cup. And now I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons or ish of brown sugar. And I'm going to add the coffee right on top. Okay, I got all my coffee in there. And finally, my milk. That's enough. Cheers. Hoop coffee is good. So now that my iced coffee is ready, let's have a seat on the sofa. So the next simple pleasure on my list is studying psychology. I know that for some people that might not seem like a pleasure, or a simple one for that matter, but for me, what I regard as simple pleasures are the things that I can do that do not take my time, nor do they take so much of my money either. So I'm studying psychology online at the moment. It's a free course and it's an introductory course, so it's not going to take a very long time, and I don't have to pay if I don't want to. I can pay for the certificate. I am learning so much about the human mind and the human brain, and it's something that really fascinates me. It's always fascinated me, just being able to acquire knowledge for free, you know. So that's something. Finally, attending a festival. So Malta is rife with festivals all year round. I'm going to give you my top 3 festivals, which are free, by the way. So number 3 for me is the fireworks festival. So the firework festival takes place in winter, I think around December. Number 2 is the Strawberry Festival. So it happens around April, so in springtime, and Maltese strawberries are delicious. During the festival, you can have everything in strawberry. So you've got strawberry art, you've got strawberry food, strawberry everything. And my number 1, which is one of the most Maltese things that you can do, is the Candlelight Festival. This is a special festival that happens in October, and it's a time when the Maltese opens up to share their traditions, to share their homes, their life with everyone, Maltese and foreigners included. So what happens is that the streets in this medieval town in Malta called Bergu or Vittoriosa is lit up in thousands of candles, hundreds and hundreds of candles. Sometimes you would have some of these old Maltese buildings, like the ones I said I loved before. They would have the candles in their front hall, so you can actually see in, because the windows are left open and you can see in. Sometimes they're having dinner, just having a normal dinner between families, and you can witness that. It's lovely. It's really amazing. This is a special, special time. So guys, there you have it. Those are the simple pleasures that I indulge in. I'd like to know, are any of these things that you do in your life, or are there other things that you do? Please share them with me. I would love to learn from you. Perhaps I could borrow something from your activity. But anyways, until the next time, I remain your girl Isabella, and ciao ciao. In a world that rushes, choosing to linger isn't slowing down. It's about choosing to see the magic that's already there, small and big. Just like the sun, the simple pleasures brighten our days.